Alright, there you go. I just logged in a completely new account, or one of my island account, and I'll show you how you can print. So essentially, this is a crafting guide, right? I'm going to show you how you can craft from someone that isn't a billionaire, starting from little to zero. In my case, absolute zero. And I've given myself 1 million silver, right, from my main. Which I know some of you may not have, and some of you may have a lot more, but I find 1 million is a sweet spot so you can understand how to actually craft for like the regular player, right? Not for someone that has 300 million liquid that can just wait 7 days for his items to sell. You want your items to sell a bit faster and all that. So I'm gonna go Carleon. You might not have premium. I won't have premium on this account. I'll show you my spec. Look, oh, stats. Absolutely zero fame. I have zero spec in anything. Apparently got, oh no, not even. I have zero spec in anything crafting. And I'm gonna, so first things first, right? You try to find an item to craft. And the way you check the item is first, you kind of want to see what's up. Like, you could check Bridge Watch. And then you want to craft a bonus city item. So these make it so it's more profitable to craft crossbow at this city. So if you were to craft crossbows, you crafted a Bridge Watch, right? Same thing with plate armor, curse staff. And then these things with this icon next to it is the daily bonus. You can check that at activities. So you click this little scroll, activity, daily bonus, 20% plate helmet, 10% sword. So plate helmet is in for sterling. So you could craft plate helmets at plus 35% bonus. So you get plus 35% of your resources back when you craft it here. But I'm thinking, what do we do? Raw chicken, no, no. We could check hammers. So essentially you have the tomb hammer, right? Pretty solid. You also have the Narn artifact. These are good for black market. The first four on the list of every single one of them are usually good for black market. Usually the fourth one will have like twice or 3 times less demand than the three others, but the profit's going to be much higher. So for this case, I'll go check the tomb hammer. I'm pretty sure it's pretty good profit just from like knowing that it's a rune artifact weapon. And I'm gonna try to do this not too slow, right? I don't want to spend 1 hour to make to turn 1 million silver into something greater. I want to do it in like 30 minutes. Tomb hammer. Tomb hammer. I'm just buying a tier 4 here. So the reason why I'm buying a tier 4 is to check the prices on the black market. It's very important to see if the item is profitable before you craft it, right? You don't want to just say, oh, I think this item is good, let me go craft it, without a proof of concept that you know for a fact you're going to make silver, because you can't afford to lose silver when you don't have too much. So each one sells for 17,763. After tax 6,342 or 16. And there's a daily demand of about 52, and then you can also check everything, right? Like 72. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like there's 120 daily demand, around 130 maybe. But what a cool trick I have is I have a calculator, right? I've made it like quite a while back, and it keeps getting updated. I'll show you now. Here. Okay, so this is my calculator, which essentially it kind of saves the math from doing like a profit calculation. You can also just use a regular calculator, right? But I just like to have a market overview fast, so I can get the data I need. And essentially, if you want to get this calculator, you can of course support me on Patreon or watch my Twitch. You can get it with channel points on Twitch, so you don't even have to pay $1 for it. But essentially what it does, I'll show you. Tomb hammer, or tomb hammer there. It's essentially going to give me the profit. Obviously, I want to buy both in Fort Sterling. I don't feel like doing the transports city to city. Alright, so I'm looking at 60 odes. It sells for 17,600. And then I have no premium, so I'm going to keep this premium option off. I'm crafting in a bonus city. I'm putting max station fee. And I put manual prices. And it's going to cost me around 8,000 silver to make one of these, and I can sell it for 7,797 profit after everything. Right? If I had premium, it'd be a bit more, but I don't, so I have to pay that tax. And so what's also nice, it'll tell me exactly how much mats to buy, right? So let's say I wanted to craft 100. I can check the cost of it. It's gonna give me a 800k cost. And I also have to, like, I have to take that into account. I'm probably only gonna craft 90 here, because I need that extra silver to buy myself a mount. I need that extra silver to cover the station fee. I need that extra silver to study, because I don't have any specs, so I'll need to study my way to tier 4. And that way I'll still be able to make more profit than that 1 million, plus I'll earn a lot of spec. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sell this. I can just quick sell it, get my silver back. So I lost 1,000 silver checking the price of an item. And now I'm going to go to Fort Sterling. I'll need to buy a mount. I'll need to buy absolutely everything after starting from 0. I'm not even going to redeem these quests. You can redeem these quests. These are quite good. I'm not even going to redeem it to, like, wear tier 3 oxes. I'll just buy the ox. And then I'll go put the data there, because as much as it has API data, you kind of want to check it manually. You want to make sure that the data is accurate. And for here, so we have still Tomb Hammer researched up. Like here it sells for a lot lower, right? So you could just buy these technically and go transport them to the black market, but we can craft them a bit cheaper. Plus we can do 100 of them. So it's going to be much better this way. Tier 4. So now I'm going to go on the calculator. It's going to tell me exactly how much I need to buy. I need to buy 1350 bars and 813 cloth. So bar, tier 4. I need to buy 1350 of these. Someone's selling a full stack. 13. 354 or something like that. Perfect. And it's going there because I don't have enough room in my inventory. I'll need to buy an ox. And thing is that you can do, it's pretty cool. I'll just go into excellent. It's going to be like a tier 4 oxus, but I only need the spec for a tier 3. Transport ox. 11,000. Then I need to buy a Tome of Insight. I need to buy one of these. And I need to just pop it so I can wear this ox. And then I'll be able to claim this. And then how much cloth did I need? 813, okay. Cloth, tier 4. 813. So I paid, what, 311 and then 350. So I can go fill that data now. 350. And then 311. I think that's what I paid. Yeah, 311 and 350. Okay. Now I need to buy the artifacts. I can also do something pretty nice. I can just Control C, the name. Here. And I can insta buy it. So this is why, like, these things are so useful, the calculators. Every good econ player has at least, like, a calculator. It doesn't have to be mine. A lot of people prefer mine, but there's also very good websites out there which you can calculate stuff with. So I'll just buy the way all the way up until 90, because artifacts don't have a return rate. So I need to buy exactly how much tools I want to have. And I'm spending about 380 per. Or, no, 360 on average after everything. Or I can just put 370, that's fine. Yeah, I'll put 370. There. Alright, so I bought 100. Oh, I bought 10 too much. 10. There. Um, so I bought 370. 370. And now I have exactly all my costs. I'm gonna make 600k profit from this. Alright, I'm not using journals, so I have it up here set at 0, so I don't use tier 4 journals. I think I have everything. Yeah, I do. I need to buy the stuff to study it now. So I need to buy broadsword. Tier 2. I need to buy 10 of these. Or about 8 or 9. I'll buy 9. There. Okay. And then I need to buy about 30 hammers. Tier 3. And then I can buy 9 here. Alright, perfect. So I have 30 of these. Now I should be able to study everything. Plus craft it. No, I'm gonna go to... I need a blacksmith. Oh, this one works. 990 tax. It's max tax, but it doesn't really matter. Like, people... Some newer players will be like, oh, this is a max tax station at 990. 990 tax isn't that much. Like, it's honestly... It's a player-driven market. So essentially, the tax is factored in everyone's cost, right? So a lot of new players will go to, like, cities that have low tax, and they'll just, like, overload that city. Where that, like, the items there are less profitable to make. There, I unchecked that because I don't want to use focus to study.
Alright.
And just like that, I should be able to craft it now? Yeah. So then I can just... And I just wait till it's crafted, right? I'm going to craft 90 of them. It's going to make 600k profit in less than 30 minutes from just a 1 mil silver. And of course it takes time to sell, right? The daily demand is about 120. I'll pull it up here now. So right here, as you can see, daily demand is about 114. So I'm making about 90 of it. I'd only list about... I'd list it in 2 like halves. So I'd listed 45 in one day and the other 45 the next day. And I'd update the listing every like 2 days to make sure it sells. But essentially it's going to take like 2-3 days to sell total, I think. Maybe less if you're lucky. But usually it will take like you can sell like a third of the daily demand pretty easily. If it's like items like these that are not like massively produced. Alright, so we got our first 40. One thing you never want to pay attention to is estimated market value. This number's bullshit. It's just wrong. It's never right, to be honest. When you're crafting for black market, it's such a noob trap, it's crazy. It just traps players into thinking they're like making a loss when they're making profit, or they're making profit when they're at a loss. And that's what the number I used to check when I was crafting. And it's such a nice number, right? Because you can see your market value going up. It's like satisfying, but over time you start to learn that it means absolutely nothing.
Good choice.
Like, my number's going up, but like it's not going up as much as it would. Like, I'm gonna sell this stuff for like 1.6 million, I think. Around 1.6 million, and I only have 800k valuable, so it's like twice less than what I'm actually gonna sell it for. And now this is free spec, right? So you can start doing tier 5 and stuff when you reach the...
Don't break it.
You're right. Alright, I'm left with 1, so I made 89. Now I'm just gonna go sell this cloth and stuff. If you are planning on doing more crafts, you could keep this for like next craft, but for me I'd rather just sell it. There. So this is says I have 866k worth, but really I have more like yeah, 1.6 mil around, I think. I can check. So with 89, I have 89 of these crafted. It's going to be 814,000 plus the 587,000 profit. So it's going to be, yeah, 1.4 million when everything, and I've spent everything on spec and stuff like that. Which is pretty solid. And I have 91 left, so I'm going to finish with 1.5 mil. But I spent quite a bit on books and mounts and studying. Alright, so for transporting, when you look at map, you want to look pretty short routes. Like for here, I specifically like this route right here. It's nice. You just go through this zone and then you just go straight to this underground entrance, and then you can go to Carlin. But there's obviously a risk with this. You never want to risk more than 20% of your net worth. I'm gonna remove this global chat. They're kind of weird in there. Social there. But yeah, if you're on a tier 3 Ox and you're naked, it's very easy to get ganked on it. So you just have to hope that you don't see gankers. You can obviously invest in better transporting gear, but for this account I just don't have enough silver to get the transport gear. Usually I'd get a boar with like actual equipment on you and like an escape set. If you're doing more kilograms, you can go into like a grizzly bear. That's pretty solid, but it costs a lot. It costs like 2 mil for the mount. But I have to transport quite a bit, right, to get to this spot. Go. And this thing is very slow. Only 60% extra movement speed. But I'm only at 33% weight, so you understand how very easy it is to like print millions at a time. If you just run like look at this mount. This mount's good. So this one, the gallop speed is 120% movement speed, plus like if you get dismounted, you're still not overweight. And the weight on it is what? 1,800 kilograms. Without a pork pie, this is what, 1,500? It's about the same thing as this. But this one you have like so much faster and you can escape everyone, essentially. But yeah, oxes are pretty good for the weight. Like if you get hit on this, you're essentially not even moving. Plus 35%. Yeah, you're the same speed as a mammoth if you get hit by anything. There's so many of them. Getting hit by everything. Just like that. And this is primetime EU. We're exactly 18 UTC. This is the prime time of EU. That's when the most players are. That's when the most gankers are. I'd recommend you don't transport at 18 UTC. But I'm just doing it because I want to put myself in the challenge. I don't want to like make a tutorial where I go into off timers when, you know, you might have a job or you might not be able to go sleep at that time, right? Like, you want to be at bed during off timers. So I'm going to go prime time. So there's no excuse that can be said, oh, that's why you didn't see any gankers. Obviously, as I said, don't risk too much. The best way to go transporting, the best absolute way, is if you're not doing too many transports a day, like you only need 1 or 2 transports a day, wait for the bandit event. The bandit event is every 4 hours, and that's when every city masses up and goes fight in the red zone, so all the gankers start running away, because they're big groups, right? Gankers can't really fight them. As a transporter, you want to wait at Hornbeam Wood, This entrance right now, northwest, that gate, you wait there with all the transporters, and you will all go at once. Every single one of you will go at once to Carlin, and it's going to be like a massive caravan that's going to be almost ungankable from any ganker. So, like, you almost never get ganked. You see gankers complaining about it, like, permanently. Because they say it's too OP. Meanwhile, they're running, like, naked ults on every gate in the in the red zone. Which needs to get banned. But yeah, I'll tell you exactly what to pay attention to when I'm in the red zone. Obviously, one of those big things you need to pay attention to is the naked scouts, or like the just the scouts in general. The AFK bot scouts that are run by ganking group, because there's no punishment for it, right? Worst case, the scout gets banned, but the remain stays fine. If Albion could start hardware ID banning people, and just removing like I mean, they're using all G-Force now, I think they're using. But if they could just have like a very strong bot detection for G-Force now, I think that would stop it. I think G-Force Now players, anyone that's AFK at gates, G-Force Now on a tier 3 Ox naked is definitely a bot scout, so just ban them. But Albion doesn't want to take action in case, like, in that 0.01% chance that it is a real player. And they'll move, like, they'll be an actual player. They can type, it's just they're on, like, a second monitor or something, while the main is playing on the main monitor and ganking. And then you have an entire ganking group of, like, 8 players doing it. So there's a scout at every gate. I hope there's not one here. Like, this is a grizzly that just transported. That's a good transport set. Right? Full armor, 4.3. Excellent on a grizzly. It's pretty tanky. Although he just left, it might be because this wasn't... 0 gankers in this. Alright, I'll try to go through this. I don't want to go through the main road, though. That's where this, like, scout's gonna be. So I want to stay away from, like, this main stretch. And there was no scout watching, really, so... should be fine. But yeah, that number below, really important. You want to keep looking at that. If it jumps up, then you want to go hide. Oh, I'm getting too close to road. Alright, you want to, like... you want to stay away from high traffic areas as much as you can. And you don't want to step in these. Certainly when you're low fin like me on a tier 3 Ox, these things will hurt. Oh, these bears don't bite anymore. They changed that. So you don't... okay, you can run next to bears now. Wait, that's actually sick. Does the board do the same thing? They do? Wait, does every mob do the same thing? Wait, that's crazy. That's new, actually, in the game. Or it's been a few months, I don't know. It wasn't there when I played, when I did my own transports, like, 4 months ago. You used to, like, get slowed by these things. Although these mobs you definitely get slowed by. Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice. I can just run in this. Still 0, right? So it's good. Then I'm gonna come... like, you see how I took, like... the only road I went through is this little section there. So I'm kind of minimizing the... but now this would be a bad spot to see a scout. Obviously, if you have a friend, you can ask him to run ahead. Right? If he runs ahead, it'll be really strong for you. Because he'll be able to tell you if there's scouts waiting for you. Because if you enter here and you see, like, an entire ganking group and they start following you, you have to run an entire map to get away from them. Meanwhile, if your friend sees them naked on a, like, tier 3 horse, he can just tell you don't zone in. And the gankers will never know where you are. They'll never be able to begin that chase. Alright, so I'm pretty lucky. We didn't see any red in any zone. Ouch. And we're gonna get in Carlin and sell our items sub 30 minutes, right? From crafting, from checking item price. It doesn't take too long. I could have done a lot more items as well. Use potato salads to make things go faster. Pork pies to carry another 30% more. So I could have realistically crafted 4 times this amount and made like 2 mil in one transport just doing tier 4 like this. Now we have the underway. 0 people here. That's the underway, you just have to get to the middle part and hope like there's not 30 gang crews that are running out at the same time. But yeah, never risk over 20% of your net worth ever in a transport. Unless you're very willing to lose it and you don't care. But I've seen a lot of people, they risk everything over and over and over, and then like the 6th time they get ganked and they just lose it. It's like their entire everything they owned and they just rage quit. Yeah. 26 minutes and we're in Carlin with our stuff. That's good. And then we're gonna go to the black market and I can list it all. And obviously I don't have premium, so I'll pay a bit higher fee, higher taxes, but yeah, it's gonna be fine. Like 69 of these. Obviously I can insta sell 5 of them, right? Make an extra 80k right now. How about these one? Yeah, I can insta sell 1. That one, no. Alright, and I can sell orders. Sell orders is pretty good for black market. 1 million right there, right? Let's have 200k. Another 200k. Yeah, so I'll finish with like 1.6 mil. And I just -1 it. Boom. Just like that. And everything's listed. You can relist like and then like I would recommend like every time you relist you pay the setup fee, right? So you have a 4% setup fee, or is it? Oh no, it's 2.5. It's the same thing as premium. So your premium's okay, but you have 8% tax on this. The 8% tax, you only get taxed once the items sell. So if you relist, you don't pay this 8% again, right? You only list that 2.5% setup fee every time you relist. So my idea for relisting is you try not to list too much at a time. Like here, I just listed it all at once. You could split this in 2 and sell it like once today and then once tomorrow. That would be pretty strong. And then the day after that, you always relist like one of them until like they all sell. They shouldn't take too long. And another thing that I did, like here I just did it, but you don't want to list the way I just did. Like you see how this one, the normal quality is listed lower than all. Black market doesn't care about quality. So essentially this good quality right here will only sell after this normal quality has sold. So essentially what I want to do is you see how this is 785. I kind of want to do the same thing for all of them. So I'll just do 785. And 785 for this one as well. So now they're all lower than that 73. So I'm not waiting for that 73 to sell. That way it's much better. Well, that sums up everything. Let me go if you have any more questions. I'm hosting a MAMMOTH giveaway on Twitch. I always do them every month. And you can also get the calculator there. It's pretty useful. If you do want more guides, let me know which one. I am planning on doing a refining one pretty shortly. I've been running a lot of refiners on my main. And yeah, let me know.